She probably would too, because I think she did 101. So if she did 1001, then yeah, I think she'd have the record if she did 1,000. I'm like,
in a day, bro. That'd
in
be
one
insane.
day.
You'd be plowing. All through the day and the night.
Dude,
You'd have to get up at 4 a.m. Take your lunch break at noon.
So is it like the full 24 hours though? Would it take the full 24 hours? Do you think?
100%, because not everybody's gonna pop off right away, like we were talking about earlier.
I think 2 strokes. Yeah, man. I think it's a 2 stroke.
Especially if you're like the 303rd guy. You know what I mean? It's definitely gonna take a while.
Yeah. I don't want to be. I would not want to be 999.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does. The only way I would do that is if I am first call, first serve.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Either first, maybe.
Yeah. Then high five everybody on the way out.
Like,
Y'all have at it.
Yeah. I mean, but what's your actual?
Go crush it.
I think I had this conversation with Ryan one time about, because there was a chick who did something similar. It was either Ryan or it was Frankie about or no, it was Ryan. We were talking about that one of these girls that did like a shit ton of them in one day. So what would be your actual number?
Parameters?
Yeah,
like parameters.
Like personally, what would be too far in
my
the
cutoff
line?
zone?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like
How
as like seconds? You mean?
Yeah, like, okay, if you're not, we'll just say you're not getting first, second, or third, right? We're saying
but she's in there. She's already been tugging off homeboy, and your number's about to come up.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Would I indulge in that?
I'm not saying would you indulge. You're already indulging. What would be the point in line where you're just like, nah, I can't.
Well, I wouldn't be in that line at all.
I know I wouldn't be in that line either. But if you had to,
if I had to,
like, what would be the cutoff?
Like where it's like that's too many.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
like there ain't no point in me getting in now.
Yeah. No.
That kind of thing.
That kind of thing. Yeah. No.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say.
I think anything into like past number 5.
Yeah.
Number 5. I don't know. It's already bad, and just hypothetically, I wouldn't be there, but hypothetically, since we're there, if I have to put a number on it, I'd probably say it needs to be less than 5. I gotta be at least
like one of the first.
Yeah. One of the first 5, top 5.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that. I'll be cool with that.
I mean,
but no,
okay.
I wouldn't indulge in that degeneracy.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't either. But what if you're getting paid?
Okay, if I'm getting paid, that changes the situation. That's paid degeneracy.
Yes.
That's different levels, okay? There's levels to this.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna learn some shit today. Some stuff. Excuse my French. But if I was getting paid, we'll go 6. That's a whole one more.
Hey, you know what? That's a big one.
That's a big one.
That's
dude.
a big one.
That's a lot. It could be a huge one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And or the 7th could be the huge one. I just get lucky. I fall in number 6 before that.
But imagine, imagine you just get pushed down the line even more. You're like,
nah. At that point, I'd just be like, dude, you're buying me out.
I was about to say
you're breaking contract because I was supposed to be number 4.
It's like I got my number.
You put me at 38. Nah, this isn't the DMV, man.
but they're like, but homie's got a dentist appointment, man. He's got to leave in like 10 minutes. Come on, man, just push him one up.
Nope, not happening. He should have called and rescheduled. Should have known that he was here to film.
Yeah, I couldn't
go to the dentist.
I couldn't imagine being past maybe the first 10.
I was gonna say that, but then I was like, that's even a lot, especially for a train. That is an insane amount.
It is. It's a hell of a lot.
Like, dude, I would hope that like the woman that I meet and end up spending the rest of my life with is sub 10s.
Yeah,
but maybe that's in her whole lifetime. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe I'm naive and I'm asking too much these days.
Probably.
But to me, like, that's like something that you would do throughout a lifetime, not in one freaking sitting.
Bro, I'm just okay. I this reminded me of something. So, how do I keep this? So somebody I know that I work with, like, they got a young girl. She's like 17, and she lives at their house or whatever. And dude, just in the couple of times that I've been over to that house, that girl has had a couple of dudes, at least two that I know of. And the lady that I know, her son, I guess this girl was trying to hook up with him. And dude said, "No, I'm good, man. Like, I'm not trying to be part of the numbers game."
You rejected her?
Yeah.
Hey.
So that same day, when he rejected her, she went out and called up one of her multiple calls.
Her roster.
Yeah, and brought somebody over, I guess, just to spite the one guy. I'm like, dude, this is nuts, because this is a young girl. This is a 17-year-old girl. This isn't a full-grown woman.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that it might be a lot to ask.
Yeah, it's
for her only having 10 in her past.
Nah, it's sad.
These days, bro, they're doing that in a semester at college. You know what I mean? Probably more than that at college.
Hey, I mean,
so
at this point, though, you might have better luck hitting up the Amish community.
Yeah, right. I was thinking that. I'm like, what about the Mennonites, bro?
Yeah.
The Amish or the Mennonites?
Maybe the what are they called?
Pentecostals.
The Mormons.
Yeah, the Mormons.
I was like, at least you only have to worry about soaking then. You don't have to worry about...
Yeah, just have somebody jiggle the bed.
Yeah.
Have them push the bed, jump on the bed.
So does that count, though? If there was 10 guys and they all soaked, does that still count as a full romp?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you got to think, there's other worldly forces at play here. There could be an earthquake. You know what I mean?
So,
and technically, the Earth is spinning, so it is moving. You just don't feel it. It's called the Coriolis effect, and it happens when you soak. So, think about that.
Smart.
Yeah, be smart.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, bro. I hear stories. Thank God I don't got to deal with it. And to be honest, like, even if it was something like that, I would just hope that she would just keep it to herself.
Yeah, facts.
You know
facts.
what I mean?
Yes, I don't want to know about that.
I ain't trying to hear all of it.
No.
So,
and that's where I'm like, they don't realize that not only have they done that, and that is part of their past, that is part of who they are now, but they let the whole world know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're dooming themselves, and then telling you you're an a-hole for not, you know what I mean? For not looking past it.
Yeah. No,
it's like, now you're asking too much.
No. I mean, we were talking about
if
this.
we had not known, then maybe. Yeah.
We talk about this on the last one.
I could at least pretend in my head that you didn't just get railed by 1001 male Dalmatians or whatever her kink is.
Dude, that's just, it's just nuts. I was like, I couldn't even, I mean, I guess credit where credit's due. I wouldn't even want to be railed by one person, so let alone 1,000. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, and thank God, I've never had that experience. And
he's a virgin.
For those that are into that, hey man, more power to you. But it does not seem pleasant from my point of view. That virgin hole I was talking about.
He only soaks.
Yeah. On occasion,
he's still a virgin.
On occasion. Oh, shit.
That's wild. These kids, man, I swear. We're cooked, man. We are so cooked.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Dude, it's so bad. Like,
well, then,
it's degeneracy and hedonism.
I don't think that there's a
they're not doing anything. The stats are showing they're not even like doing alcohol.
Yeah.
They're not smashing.
Yeah.
And the ones that are out of control.
Well, the times have just changed, man. I mean, that's what we did for fun back in the day, was get drunk and
go push your limits,
I'm
get in a
just
little
gonna
bit
say,
of trouble. You know, they don't do that anymore. They're all kind of cowardly.
That was kind of the end game back in the day.
I'm worried about
hey,
that.
what are we doing tonight? I don't know. Hopefully we go to a party.
Yeah, go get out of your house, go meet some people, go get
Yes.
into some trouble, man.
Yep. And hopefully you meet a chick while you're out there and see where things go. And if it didn't, hey, at least you still had fun.
Right.
But you actually got to socialize and meet people.
Yes, you kept your social chops up, all that good stuff. You don't do that at home, and
no. I think it's
not pushing yourself.
I think cell phones have a lot to do with that, man.
Yeah, it's really crushed it all.
Secluded people and
crushed it all.
They think they're getting to know people through apps and talking and things like that. And it's like, sure, you get to know them to an extent, but you'll never really know people until you've encountered them, because it's going to be their attorneys. The best way to put it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not talking. Yeah, you're talking to the representation of themselves. Because
freaking avatar.
Yeah, because they're hiding behind a screen. When you get face to face with somebody, all that goes out the window, man. And that's how it was back in the day.
Yep.
That's how it was back in the day. Like we had cell phones and things like that to talk to people and all that, but it was easier just to be like, hey, well, you just want to come hang out, or
but it didn't gas you up all day long.
No.
You used it for what it was, a phone.
A phone. Yeah, exactly.
And it had capabilities of pictures later on, but those pictures sucked, so you didn't really use them that much.
No.
So you mostly just used it to call and text people.
But I was like, that's kind of the difference there, man.
The internet sucked on them, so you didn't really use the internet.
No. But I don't know, man.
Not like today.
It's just warped the view of people.
It's cooked them. They're fried. They have no social skills.
Nope.
They lack self-awareness. They're entitled, delusional.
Oh yeah, big time.
And selfish and weird.
This is the ironic part. I wish I can't remember the video, but I was watching one earlier, and this girl, she got all kinds of like nose rings and shit in her nose. And she's sitting there calling everybody else NPCs because she's like, they don't give a shit about my hobbies or interests or this and that. You guys are just a bunch of zombies. And it's like, no. It's not that people are zombies. It's just they don't care about you. They don't they don't care about your interest or your fucking politics or your bullshit.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that they're zombies. Just means that the world doesn't revolve around you.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Like, it's funny watching an NPC.
Congratulations, you just found out that you're not special.
It's funny watching an NPC scream about everybody else. NPCs.
And
it's like,
maybe there will be a breakthrough, and that will be what separates her from an NPC. That breakthrough, if she had just kept thinking about that for a second, instead of posting it for sympathy points. If she had thought about it for a second and then realized, that's why the world owes me nothing.
Well, I think
you know what I mean? All's fair in love and war. You're not special. Get on with it.
Yeah, I think the irony of it too is that
that would mean that she's self-aware now. Bam, and you break through that pantheon, and that swings you into a whole new state of being.
I was like, I was really interested though when I seen the video, because I was like, what are your hobbies? Getting in your car and screaming at freaking your cell phone. That's TikTok. That's a hobby. I'm like, that's not a freak. Or getting piercings. Like, that's not a hobby.
I like to underwater basket weave.
Even that would be interesting. That would be something. Like screaming at your phone is not a hobby. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, no.
Like getting on Twitter and fighting with freaking your political adversary is not a hobby. That was the other thing too. You kind of had to have hobbies back in the day. You know what I mean? Like to make
yourself, do as a boy.
Yeah, to make yourself stand out. Like,
and then eventually a man.
It's like, why do you think like we used to skateboard and play guitar and do things like that? Because we need talking points.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard you're a musician. Be like,
you need to learn how to be good at something.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't matter what it is. Be good at something other than what is expected of you.
Yeah.
Like a job or something.
Right.
There needs to be something exceptional about you that is not your job.
Well, and at that time, dude, you couldn't even use video games.
Burden of performance.
You couldn't even use video games as a hobby, because
no,
that stuff was very nerd.
Very much so.
You did that on your own time, and
pros didn't get paid.
No.
So there were pros, but they weren't pros like they are today, where they get paid
millions of dollars,
big pots to win. No. They were bums living in their mom's basement,
Playing Call of Duty, fucking
playing Tetris and whatever else.
yeah, or
Final Fantasy, speed running Final Fantasy or something like that.
before there was a reason to do it.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, it wasn't a culture yet. Nobody like you didn't tell people you played video games. You didn't tell people you did any kind of nerd hobbies. I mean, dude, like I remember me and my buddies playing Magic.
It's crazy what a 180 it did.
Oh yeah, me and my buddies playing Magic back.
Now
in
you gotta
the
have
day.
a little nerd in you, or else you're not cool.
Yeah, we didn't tell anybody that we played Magic. That was like you especially didn't go to the party and go walk up to a girl and be like, "Hey, fucking, what you know about those black decks?"
Yeah, yeah.
You did. That was something that you and your buddies, even with guys, like you would talk around dudes, and if somebody would slip up and be like, "Oh yeah, I play Magic," be like,
Huh? Yeah, yeah.
Play
Look
Magic,
around,
bro?
make sure no one's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You
"Oh shit, hey
Yeah.
man, I play Magic too. We should get
yeah,
together." You know,
together and play some Magic.
even though it was super fun, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was you hid that stuff. You did not. So that wasn't a hobby. You couldn't be like, "Oh, I play video games for 12 hours a day." They would look at you like, "Dude, get out of your house."
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
They would think something was wrong for sure. They would for sure think something was wrong, like you're being abused or there's something wrong with you.
yeah.
You had to get out of the house. You had to go do something, get good at something, skateboarding, a sport, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There had to be something that separated you.
Uh,
You had to meet your burdens of performance and other things aside from your job or school or whatever.
yeah.
And it's still like that as a man.
Either that or you did drugs. That was the other way to. But nah, it's just it's a.
That was his hobby.
I think that was a lot of people's hobby. That was the other way to
Boofing aspirins. Soaking aspirins.
chocolate covered Tylenol.
That's how he got down with his hobbies.
Damn straight. No,
Then
but
he got stomach ulcers. He had to stop.
we're doing it. They just don't make them like they used to. Nah, it was funny watching that video though, man. That chick's all screaming about that shit. I'm like, dude, what hobbies do you have? Oh, I play Fortnite.
The lack of awareness too.
Yeah.
That's what trips me out is the lack of self-awareness, dude. Because I'm like, do you not hear yourself? And then if you could hear yourself, are you aware enough to turn that inward and to ask yourself those questions instead of trying to ask the world? That's the big mistake, is asking the world instead of themselves.
Yeah.
And then they just go through life delusional. And everybody always, and it's, you wonder how they survive. And you're like, if everything was cut off from you, your family support, you had no more friends, and it was all on you to make sure everything was paid, you're fed, and you're surviving, you would die.
Yeah.
You would die. It trips me out. And then you ask them, how are you still alive? I had one girl that was like that. She was dumb as a box of rocks, man. She actually boofed aspirins. And the coochie, though. And I asked her one time, I'm like, how are you still alive? And she's like, oh, my dad pays for everything. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So her dad was never in her life. So he just sends her money.
Her paycheck.
Yeah, just sends her money, pays for her housing, everything.
Bro, speaking of that,
I'm like, makes sense now.
I seen a video on Instagram of a chick freaking boofing a damn a tobacco
Pouch, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a coffee pouch.
Oh, it's a coffee
Yeah,
pouch?
it's one of those
Oh.
it's one of those like weird Kodak coffee pouches.
Okay, I thought it was like
An actual Nick pouch.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I know it is because
Damn.
one of my coworkers, Pete, he uses those same ones.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah, and he asks me all the time. He's like, "Hey, you got Zen?" Because he thinks they're coffee.
Oh. Did you tell
I'm
him they're
like,
not coffee?
No, I gave him one time.
Oh shit.
He was those nicotine or coffee, and I'm like, they're nicotine. He's like, well, let me try one anyway. Like these are the 6 milligram ones. They're gonna get you jacked up. I was like, I have some 3 in my bag. I'll give you a 3. It's like, nah, let me just have one of those. Pops it in for like 2 seconds, bro. His mouth gets all watery, and he's all He's all, damn, JJ. He spits them out. He calls me JJ. He's like, damn, JJ, those things are no joke.
Like, yeah,
Like, yeah, told you.
That's hilarious.
He's all buzzing hard. He just does those coffee ones, and it's that same can.
Yeah, I've never tried the coffee ones.
It's just caffeine.
But yeah, I saw that video. I'm like, dude, I was like, I don't give a shit. You know that makes it stink. Even if it's coffee, you know it stinks.
You know what? I commented on that, and I said the same thing. I was like, I knew this chick that used to move pills.
Oh man.
And her cooter, and she told her doctor because she was having an infection.
Well, no shit.
And her doctor's like, yeah, you're not supposed to stick pills in your fenooter. Yeah, she's so dumb. She's explaining this to me, and she's like, yeah. Yeah, and so I asked my doctor about it, and he said I'm not supposed to do that. And I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to stick it in your mouth, dum dum. It's like, well, yeah, I knew that, but I wanted to do it this way. So she'd get blasted off pills.
Stick it between your lips, not between your lips.
Yeah, that's so funny. Another dude commented that in the Instagram comments. The dude said that. He was like, I don't think that's what they meant by lips.
Hey, what the
Wrong lips, or something like that. Yeah, I'm like, she's straight boofing a caffeine pouch or Nick pouch. Either way, if it is a Nick pouch, it's the tobacco pouch, and it's definitely gonna give you an infection.
That's what I thought it was, man. I thought it was a dip pouch. I'm like,
it looks like it's fucking cursing. It's pieces of coffee. Yeah.
Ugh, you know that shit still stink though.
100%. She's definitely getting infections down there.
And her parents are probably having to take her because she looked like she was in a school.
Yeah.
Her parents having to flip that tab. Like, why do you keep getting infections?
Instead of blowfly girl, it's dip pouch girl. That's her thing. She likes the buzz and the tingle.
That's hilarious.
And she's kind of cute too. She wasn't bad looking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, on a bad path. Somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, starting OnlyFans. Show us boofing."
Dude, people would pay for those pouches.
That's what I'm saying.
Like people, that's the sad part. People would pay for
she
those
do
used
videos,
pouches.
boofing pouches,
Resell them.
Yeah, and then sell them.
You know, some asshole would be waiting, dude. Checkbook out, or
yeah,
right, come on, girl.
take my money.
Yeah.
Shut up, take my money.
I'll pay you $1,000 a pouch.
Right, he probably pops it too. You get one that's all green. It's got little green things living on it. Oh, dude.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It smells like a foot. Smells like a big toe.
It's all musky over the bag.
Oh man.
You want to see some real scary footage?
Yeah, footage scary. Type 1. Yeah, hit ambience mode. We need the ambience. Ambient.
We've sourced 5 scary videos that we're certain will. We kick this video off with a strange paranormal encounter caught on camera inside the uploader's rental home, which they're convinced is haunted. Check it out.
You jack it out.
Tell me what to do.
That's what it sounded like.
Tell me how to tug. I know how
out.
to tug. I think this is. This isn't Pakistan. Of course I know how to tug.
Experiencing some unnerving supernatural activity, which we'll expand on in a minute,
Grown man.
Reddit user Silenced set up a series of cameras inside their home, hoping to catch evidence of these ghostly going-ons.
Did you see
At
it?
first, seeing only a series of strange orbs moving around
Should be
the house,
psychedelic.
they checked the camera in the kitchen one morning to see a vaporous-like shape materialize.
Yeah, they got coffee cups
on the
down
left
there.
of the screen.
Right there, there's a coffee
before
cup behind
fading
your
away.
gummy bears.
Eerily,
Maybe there's a
the
full coffee
uploader
cup that's
believes
hot.
it's trying to
I see what you're
manifest
saying,
into
yeah.
something more substantial. Over the months since
be bugs or
Silence
spider
moved
webs,
into
man.
the rental home with their fiance,
Like,
and 14-year-old.
when are they gonna get rid of this ridiculous idea that every little smudgy thing by the camera is an apparition?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Daughter, they've turned from a once staunch skeptic who had strictly no interest in the paranormal to
Maybe
a
when
full believer,
that girl stops boofing.
albeit
Moving coffee
reluctantly.
pouches.
Glimpsing movement in their peripheral vision.
Why do you think
seeing
she's
orbs
boofing
sit
tomorrow?
in front of their face.
Is that early riser?
You gotta switch to Folgers.
Yeah, she's boofing that Earl Grey.
Dude, I mean, yeah.
Boofing that Duncan.
If she gonna be putting the coffee in there, you know damn well she's putting other things in there too.
It's so stupid.
So I'm gonna switch to green tea. Something a
I
little
got that
more.
vanilla chai this morning.
I need something a little more brisk, a little more fresh.
A little more tingle.
Yeah, a little more, a little more zest.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's
Hearing
fucking
loud,
funny.
disembodied
Boofing that
claps and
Starbucks.
guttural voices around the property, and even experiencing intense sleep paralysis for the first time. These are just some of the incidents noted. Yet, by far the most terrifying is the following encounter. I was sitting on the couch with our cat and heard a loud thump in the kitchen. It wasn't normal, but I went about my business, as I had started getting used to some of the noises. Well, moments later, I hear in the hallway the sound of someone creeping up on me. It's hard to explain the sound, but imagine the noise of someone doing just that, but it was a little more distinct, like someone dragging their feet in socks as they crept towards me. It was very slow. There was nothing at all on in the house, no electronics or appliances. When they called out to whatever it was, the noise stopped, before then carrying on a short while later, creeping the uploader out to the point of them leaving the house and not returning until somebody else was also present. The last update from Silenced said they were going to have the house blessed, and if this isn't enough to make us move houses, we don't know what is.
You moved because of that?
Yeah, because of a little blur on your camera.
Some vapor and then hearing somebody walking behind you?
Yeah, that's not enough.
Nah, yeah.
Like that's not.
Unless I'm getting like attacked or something.
Right.
Like, constantly getting messed with. I am not leaving.
Bro, but even if you do get attacked, I was like,
Yeah.
shit. I was like, my dad got attacked by a damn ghost.
See what I'm saying?
Like,
Like,
yeah, we
that would
didn't
be
move.
more reason to be like, all right, I gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
it's out of pocket.
Like, no,
I gotta leave now.
I just like
But
said that.
noises, things going bump in the night, and then like seeing some coffee steam, from your coffee
it
mug.
brings up, yeah. Dude, I like those and orbs. Those orbs and like
It's too inconclusive,
no, it's not even like close to being even halfway decent.
and you're
ghost
about to lose
footage.
money because you psyched yourself out.
Yeah, because you got freaked out.
You're gonna break your lease and lose money because
I'm like,
you let your
honestly,
mind run wild.
It would like, in my opinion, man, it'd have to be the situation would have to be super duper bad.
Right, like
In order-
desperate. I can't sleep.
Yeah.
You
like,
know, I'm losing sleep, and it's affecting my job and stuff like that. Like I gotta get out of this place.
but
I'm going crazy.
If it's just little things like that, I mean, they're
Ignore
gonna-
it, man.
Yeah.
Ignore it.
Pay it no mind.
Yes.
Don't worry about your little streamers that go across the camera.
The more you psych out, the more you psych out.
Yeah, then every little pop and every
Yes.
little everything
It's
is
gonna
gonna
get
be
attributed to that.
paranormal.
Mm-hmm. And you're definitely gonna end up having to move then.
Yeah, dude, shit's too expensive to be doing that anyway. Like,
What kind of money you got, man? Just be moving, breaking leases like that.
hell no. Shit, make that fucker pay rent.
Yeah, facts. Facts. Probably could. There's some legalese
Skin
somewhere that
Yeah.
allows that.
Yeah, for real.
Our next video is truly
Extort
one to
'em.
make your skin crawl and the
Extort
hair
that ghost.
stand up
Eh?
on the back of your neck.
Run a tour out of that bitch.
If you don't
Right?
like insects, we advise you to look away now. What at first appears to be a small bird's nest or tangle of weeds quickly becomes pure nightmare fuel when touched by the uploader with a wooden stick, as it reveals itself to be an erupting, crawling, withering mass of falcidae, more commonly known as cellar spiders.
Dude, that'd be satisfying to walk up to that bitch with a fucking can of hairspray and a lighter.
Right, and
just give it to him. Especially if you know what it
There's
is.
a slew of those at my mom's house, but they don't like group up like that.
Yeah.
Cellar spiders, they're daddy long legs.
Oh, okay, yeah. Shit, go fart on them, bro. Just
Right?
see if they
Hit 'em with the lighter and the fart.
see if they fucking scatter.
Right? Gas them out.
Gas them out. Yeah. I don't know. That doesn't really freak me out that much. I mean, honestly, if it's daddy long legs, it'd be kind of cool to put your hand under it.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah, they won't do
see
anything.
how that feels.
Just crawl all over you.
They can't bite you.
Mm-mm.
Just writing about this video, we were squirming in our seats as hundreds upon hundreds of spiders crawl over each other in a flood of spindly
Dude, imagine how bad it would have been though if those things were around when you were a teenager and you and your friends
Picking them up, throwing them
at
on
each
people.
other.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
dude, that
yeah.
would've- Dude, we used to do that.
Definitely freak out.
We used to do that shit when we were in high school because there was always a shit ton of bees. So what I would do is I'd like see a bee flying around and I'd be walking with a friend or I'd see one of my friends and I'd walk up and grab the bee and throw it as fast as I could to try to get the bee to hit him and sting him. And it was only successful one time. And I didn't even get the throw. Someone else got the throw. And it actually
got him.
hit him in the back of the arm and stung the shit out of him. Because we
Oh,
see bees flying all over the place. So you grab them and then just throw them as fast as you can. And they usually just hit people and
yeah,
fly off.
Yeah.
But like that one time, stung my buddy right in the back of the arm. Someone freaking landed a bee throw and stung the shit out of him.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, shit was fun.
legs and unsettling little bodies, paired with the shiver-inducing, crackling, moist-like sound of their swarm. Like a never-ending horde, more and more of them emerge from this kind of insular hive, which the uploader believes is their attempt at keeping warm in the Arizona winter, to then scurry along the tree trunk in a blind frenzy. So, the next time you're outdoors, be sure to keep an eye on where you place your hands, and if you feel a tickling
Won't
sensation,
do anything.
maybe
No.
don't look, just in case.
I'm more afraid of a single spider, which is brown recluses. We found a
Right.
bunch of those outside.
Yeah,
I found a couple in the house.
those are for
Like-
sure to be afraid of.
Oh,
And widows, black widows. Those
Yes.
two are deadly.
yeah, and they're not in a big mass.
And even
like
if you
that.
survive, you're gonna be jacked up.
Yeah.
If they don't amputate wherever it bit.
Yeah, with the brown recluse. Oh yeah, I find a bunch of those outside. I had one on my hand it was like a month ago. I was playing video games. I feel something crawling up. I look down. It made me jump because I wasn't paying attention. I just
Yeah,
felt
you're like,
something.
oh, yeah.
So I'm all playing with my controller and I look down. There's a damn spider
You're,
crawling.
oh,
on my head. Jump up, throw it, and then I'm all
Oh, yeah.
looking around for 10 minutes.
Try to kill it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I had no idea where I freaking threw the damn thing. I'm like, oh shit.
Spray this joint.
We do. We get to spray it every month. It just
Yeah.
sometimes they get through.
Is
Yeah.
this the most convincing Bigfoot encounter?
Oh great, here we go. Some skunk ass.
Sasquatch.
Yes, my favorite.
Skunk ape,
Skunk booth.
Whitaker,
Oh,
Craftsman,
you call it a
swamp
skunk ape.
monster.
Hey, dude.
The mission to capture convincing footage of the
Motherfucker.
legendary Bigfoot is a topic we've covered many times on our channel over the years, and the following clips are definitely up there on that list. The late Robert Lee Dodson was a well-known field researcher and Sasquatch enthusiast, capturing many of his
I want to know where these dudes get the money to do this shit. Like, I really do. I want to know where they get the money to.
Their retirement. They
I-
just throw their 401k at it. They hit 65 and just go skunk ape hunting.
I wonder if it's actually if they're looking for skunk ass or if they're just trying to get away from their wives.
Right.
They're just retired. Don't
Either
want to
way
be
is
at home.
believable. They're like, I've already found one skunk ape. She's sitting at home right now.
I married her.
Yeah, I married her. I'm trying to find another species of skunk ape.
Yeah.
The elusive.
She's probably like, I need you to fix stuff around the house. It's like, okay, honey, gotta go research. I'll see you later. Bye.
I'm doing research, woman. What's wrong with you?
It's like, I just wonder though, like, I was watching one of the guys, fuck, what is his
Told you, Shirley, I'm a scientist now.
name? Yeah. So look, I got my notebook and all.
Yeah.
So I got some cameras.
I got my pocket guard, my pocket protector.
So I'm gonna find him.
Yep.
Oh, I was watching an interview with the survival guy. He wasn't Bear Grylls, but the other one.
I think I remember who you're talking about.
Yeah, he did a TV show where
White guy.
yeah,
Got hair.
they drop him. Yep, that narrowed it down. I can't think of his name, but he was the one where they drop him off in a location and he would try to survive for a
Yeah.
week or two.
Because they both their shows were running simultaneously at
Yeah.
one point, right?
Yes, they were.
Okay, yeah, I remember who you're talking about. Yeah.
But Bear Grylls would have a whole crew with them,
Right.
and this guy would just roll out with the camera.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
So he had a couple of encounters, and now he's doing the Bigfoot thing. But I'm watching him do an interview with this other guy. I was listening to their interview, and I was like, man, I just feel like he's grifting. Like I feel like he's just trying to sell a show. He's trying to
skunk ass books.
yeah, he's trying to basically, except he's just trying to, now that he's not networked, now that he doesn't have I don't know, I don't know if he was Discovery or if he was History Channel, but
Yeah.
now that he doesn't have the big cash behind him, he's just now he's got a
He's crowd funded now.
Survival Man Bigfoot edition. You know?
Yes, yeah.
And it's just a way to keep the money flowing in.
Fair enough.
I mean,
I ain't knocking the hustle.
no,
And it would
absolutely
be
not.
fun too.
I think it would.
Just go sightseeing,
Go check things
and BSing out in the woods.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I couldn't help it. Like the more I listen to it, I'm just like, man, I feel like you're just trying to get people to watch, try to get it funded, because I guarantee at the end of his show is going to be a big nothing burger, just like it always is. I mean, I hope not. Hopefully
All right.
they drag one of these things in alive, but
You would think, like, after all these years of like surviving in the wilderness in a bunch of different places like that, he would have some weird stories
yeah.
and be like, I'm going back to revisit this place because there's some weird stuff that happened whenever I was there.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I had this weird experience in Machu Picchu or wherever, you know.
I don't know. I think
So I'm going back to investigate.
like, don't be wrong, I think it'd be fun. I was like, I wish I had a bunch of money so I could just go sit in the
what
forest
I'm
and
saying.
bullshit around and
Right?
try to get
For
one.
skunk ass.
I mean, I do believe some of these people had some kind of experience, like a lot, especially the ones that weren't really expecting it. It just kind of happened,
Fell in their lap.
and they're not trying to like really sell their story. Because I've watched a bunch of like people that have encounters, but of course, anytime that gate is open, everybody's got an encounter. But I feel like some of those people could be genuine. They go to this same place, they go hunt every year, or they go camp every year, because that's pretty common. Even here,
Yeah.
it's common for people to go camp all the time. And I can imagine you're being out in this isolated forest. Noises are definitely amplified, and you're hanging out, and the next thing you know, there's just some shit pops off that you can't explain. Because I'm sure it's there. I was like, you can't be in the forest at all times, just like everybody else can't be.
Right.
And to say that there might be some undiscovered stuff or weird stuff that happens out there, I totally believe it.
Yeah.
I think, and I feel like even those people that have those stories probably have never told anybody. It'd be one of those things in passing where you're talking to somebody. Oh man, I was out.
I had an experience there too. Weird.
Yeah, I was out camping and something weird crap popped off. A skunk ass diddled my butt. Like,
Yeah. Skunk ass gave me that Earl Grey boo.
yeah. Gave that.
Gave me that early riser special.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
Gave me the seniors discount.
Yeah, man.
At all you can drink.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's probably some stuff like that, man.
You never know.
Well, we
Gets
know.
buried in that muddy water, man.
I'd say I know this from experience, because anytime that you bring up the paranormal, even if people don't really believe in ghosts or whatever, they have a story. Their aunt has a story. Someone has a story. Even my buddy at work, who's not like real big on any of it, has this crazy picture from one of his aunts where they got like a ghost on camera, and it's like a full apparition. Some old guy chilling, just like chilling there with like chains around his arms and shit. I want to see the picture. Like, I really want to. All I saw was a picture of a picture, and he only showed it to me for like a half a second, so I didn't really get to look at it. But that seems to be the case where most people have a story, or somebody they know has a story, and I feel like that's where these things kind of snowball.
They do.
But yeah, I'd also like to know where these damn researchers get all their damn
yeah.
back on the track here.
Getting Pell Grants from the feds.
Probably.
Interesting attempts at baiting and trapping the elusive enigma on his YouTube channel, such as the video featured
Not
here.
baiting and trapping.
Speaking of,
That's not
when he, incognito camper, whoever he, whatever his name was,
the outdoors guy.
yeah,
I checked this thing not too long ago, and he didn't have any more. He wasn't looking for skunk
Dang.
ass. Best
no
video.
sugar gals.
No sugar gals, man. This guy's all talking about baiting Bigfoot. You go and get your nicotine pouches and put them out there. Get some every time.
Yeah,
Some of that Earl
from
Grey.
2014. Setting up a bait trap of meat and fruit on his property, Dodson hoped to attract a Bigfoot close enough to get a clear glimpse on camera. And at around 9:30 p.m, he seems to have captured just that. Using a torch and a handheld camera, Robert was panning across the bait area when an alarming pair of eyes are reflected in the torch's glare. Quickly dipping down out of sight.
Quickly,
Robert
it took forever.
frustratingly
It's like
calls,
one Mississippi,
"What do
two
you keep
Mississippi,
ducking
2
down for?"
seconds,
Yeah,
man.
that's
That's
a
forever.
while.
Yeah.
and then remarks that
And of course, it's
Whatever the
blurry
hell
as
it
all
is.
get out.
doesn't seem to like the light. As he searches left and right, just for a second, we again see the humanoid eyes staring directly at the camera and then disappearing.
Bro, that is the fakest
behind
shit I've ever
foliage.
seen in my life.
It's a
With a
raking
humorous
Yeah.
quiver,
on that tree,
Don't try this
and he
at
comes
home,
up, looks
whatever you
over,
do.
and then
Robert
slides back down.
brazenly rushes towards
climbs
the
back up, looks
potential
over,
Bigfoot,
slides back down.
meaning to get a closer view at whatever it is.
At least it chased it.
However,
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
it'd be
have
nice if
also
you kept the
run off
camera
into the
Or we could
impenetrable
see
looking
Jeez.
forward.
Just then, a rock is thrown in his direction with some force, perhaps as a warning to back off. And as he turns in the direction it came from, he suddenly glimpses those eyes again. Yet this time, only feet away from him. As if it appears to
yeah.
have circled around.
Bro, you've already
behind
came
him,
that far. Chase it.
Yeah,
uttering a rather understated
throw the rock
"Oh,
back.
shit."
Yeah, exactly.
Robert rushes
him in the
back
domicile.
towards
I straight
safety.
up would. I was like, you throw a
Later
rock at me.
analyzing
I'd
the-
be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's how it is?
Start
Okay.
shooting wild. Sending them off.
I'll show you.
Yeah,
Fucking some bitch.
Yeah.
You throw rocks at
then
me.
run them down, and there you go. We got you a skunk ass.
They can show the world.
That's right.
I mean, I'll give him some credit. Like in this video, at least
Yeah.
he ran after it. Most people get some blurry footage and then they take off running the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So
Or the story ends there.
yeah,
They're like, I don't know. He just vanished. I looked back and he vanished.
he was gone.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
The footage and estimating the height of the being at about 8 foot. Far too
Golly.
large to be a deer or cougar, as some have
This is
suggested.
neighbor Jerome.
Oklahoma, the state where Dobson captured the encounter, has been a hotbed of Bigfoot sightings over the last half a century, ranging from howls and knockings on tree trunks to reports of them prowling around campsites and moving equipment, as well as myriad video and photographic evidence. Whilst researching the phenomenon, we also came across the following footage that we just had to share with you. Filmed unexpectedly by vacationing couple Wendy and Bill whilst on a hike near Port Renfrew in British Columbia, they spotted a huge hairy creature around 75 feet further down the trail they were hiking. At first believing it to be a bear, Naturally, they stopped to give it space. Yet as they watched, they realized it was far stranger. Describing the encounter, Bill noted that it was acting and moving too bipedal to be a bear, standing upright and with a conical shaped head, as can be seen in the video, and which is often a characteristic of Bigfoot sightings. He further said there was a subtle but musty scent in the air, interestingly like nothing of any animal they'd
Skunk
snuffed
ass. Smells
before,
like skunk ass.
Yeah.
and that as
Hence
soon
the
as it
name.
moved away, they
Yep.
wisely returned to their vehicle. Analysing the clip, we can see that the fur appears
Absolutely
too
nothing.
coarse and
Yeah,
realistic
it's
to be from a
somebody's
fake
rug.
suit, as the disparity in colour as it shades from black to greyish white, similar to a silverback gorilla, would be both difficult and
Or
expensive
a
to
bear.
replicate for the sake of such a short video.
Bro, I barely just seen what they were
It's
actually trying to
also
show.
unnerving to note the lack of any birdsong or other wildlife noises,
Yeah, it looks just
as
like a
is
bear.
usually common in the forest.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
Grizzly.
That's such a stupid reasoning. Oh, notice the lack of any birds, making noises while this is happening. I'm like, that doesn't
I noticed the score that you're playing over the video.
yeah, that you could hear.
Yeah, sugar gowns, but ain't no nature.
Ain't no nature. But I was gonna say though is, dude, like, that's a stupid thing. Like the birds, like if this was a real Bigfoot, the birds wouldn't have a problem with it. Like the birds, like maybe the birds aren't singing because there's people.
Right.
There's people around.
Uh-huh.
You're foreign to
Yep.
their forest, but the Bigfoot would not be foreign
Right.
to their territories. So they wouldn't stop singing on account of the Bigfoot. They would stop singing on account of human beings. That's just my thought on it, but
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Telltale sign that a predator is in the area, as wildlife will keep quiet.
Probably
to
because it's a
avoid
bear
attracting attention.
or
Yeah.
humans.
or humans,
Let us
exactly.
know
Predator
your
is in
thoughts
the
and
area.
theories on these Bigfoot clips in the comments. And if you've made it this far, you're going to love what we have in store for you on the channel. But first, make sure to hit that notification bell. Home intruder or poltergeist?
Oh no, son, that's
When the
poltergeist.
police were called out to a potential break-in
What's the
at a home in
poltergeist?
a residential neighborhood, the last thing they expected was to experience paranormal activity. Take a look.
Yes, my husband, myself, and our 2 kids, but they're out of town right now. They're with his parents.
And how many rooms do you have?
2 upstairs and 1 downstairs.
All right, we're gonna have to go and search the house. Is it okay if we go in?
Yeah, of course.
You don't have any like pets or dogs or anything?
No.
Just stay here, man. Police, if anyone's here, make yourself known.
All right, I'm getting you all riled up. Oh, what was that?
I think we've seen this one before.
Right, I feel like we have or a similar
Anyone
one.
inside?
Hello? Hello? He didn't even check.
Yeah, he didn't even
He was
look.
like, screw that. I ain't going in there. It's too dark.
Yeah, we've seen this one
Creepy.
before,
I
but
feel like,
Police,
oh yeah.
anyone inside, make yourself known.
they never told. Well, I don't think we were able to find if this was real or not.
Right, that's right.
It looks real, but
Could be a good fake though.
yeah,
Like the first thing he does is immediately ask to search the house. So I'm like,
yeah, that's a bit weird.
yeah. Lima Lima Tango.
Downstairs, clear.
Get him. Yeah, smart move. Be like, man, you need to pay your electric bill.
Yeah, we're good.
Outside the property at night, body cam footage captures the officers talking with the homeowner upon arrival, as she'd called
Oh man, you got
911
ghosts.
after
Yeah.
returning
You need to
home
call a
from
priest.
shopping trip to find the
It's a little out of our
front
pay
door
I know a
grade.
guy. Pulls that
feared
card.
the perpetrator could still be inside. She informs them there should be nobody else in the house, as her husband and 2 children are away visiting her parents, and they don't have any pets. Entering the house, the police make their presence known and begin methodically sweeping the building for the intruder. In a downstairs bedroom, one officer hears an unmistakable bump behind him, as well as a static-like glitch on his radio, despite seemingly being the only one in the room, a factor he double-checks by opening the ensuite bathroom. As he initially turns around to face the source of the bump, the left wardrobe door looks to be moving slowly, as though just opened or closed. Venturing upstairs, the same officer's body cam then glitches, before we can see a bedroom swing
That
open.
looks like a fake
as he
glitch,
calls out
though.
for
That looks like
whoever is
a
inside to make
It's
themselves
fake. The
known.
whole thing is fake.
yeah.
Believing it
Because
could
there'd be
the intruder,
timestamps on the
the news
videos.
force then
Yeah.
enters
They
the
would
room,
know what police department. They'd be
quickly
like
clearing the
Minneapolis
corners
Police
and
Department.
sweeping the
Right.
wall
They don't
clear.
mention.
But creepily,
I don't
nothing
think who
is in there.
who it is.
Caught between intermittent camera and radio glitches, the opposite bedroom door also opens, but again, there's no evidence of anyone upstairs. Just as his partner calls downstairs clear, a frightening flurry of footsteps can be heard right behind the officer, sounding
Freeze!
as though someone is aggressively running towards him at speed. Alarmed, he spins around with his pistol raised, but like before, is faced with
I kind of feel like
nothing
most of those
but an
guys
empty
run
house.
roll with underbarrel lights right
Verdict
now.
on the
Anyway,
clip is split.
It's funny
some
that you say
claiming
that.
that
Notice
the
that
body
he
cam
put the
nature
light
of
on
the
top of
footage
his gun,
lends
not
yeah,
below
to
his
the
gun.
he's all blocking his
as it's
sight.
unlikely
Yeah.
police would
Yeah.
fake a ghost video. Whilst others
So,
believe
and then you're
it's
gonna cast a
staged
huge
due to
shadow.
the too calm
Yeah.
demeanor of the police officer during
And
the
you don't want that. You
happenings.
want as much light throw as you can get.
Regardless,
So you would do it
we're not
under.
sure what's
That way
scarier,
there's not as much
a
shadow.
home invasion
that
with the
you're casting.
intruder still
Well, and you also
lurking
use
on
it
the
to brace
premises,
your pistol.
or a volatile poltergeist
If you must
manifestation
use a
living
a
with you.
handheld.
He's all putting it on top though. He's all blocking out his sights. Not.
And you wouldn't pull your gun right away like that. Anyway.
No.
The
Unless you were
murder
like
of
alone.
Shelby Thornburg.
Because you just assaulted dude.
Captured here entering a building on CCTV and then leaving only 17 minutes later on the night of Wednesday, November the 4th, 2015. The casually dressed male in the footage had just callously taken the life of 20-year-old Shelby Thornburg and is caught here leaving the horrific scene, unidentified to this day. Born in rural Texas in 1995, Shelby had a difficult upbringing, experiencing traumatic abuse and neglect, as well as the pitfalls of numerous undesirable foster homes. Yet, she refused to let this define her. Her older sister, Christina, described her as a loving, very kind and very generous person, the kind who had a good word for everybody. With dreams of becoming a fashion model, Shelby moved to Houston, Texas, finding a dubious boyfriend there and moving into a luxury apartment at the Conquistador. Yet, to fund her aspirations, she became involved in escorting, promising her family
I was like, that sounds
it was
exactly
only
like a
short-term,
prostitute motel. Yeah.
despite their pleas about
Kinda
the
does.
inherent
Yeah.
dangers.
She works at like
On the night of
like
the
a
4th,
conquistador.
Shelby was due to meet a
Hobbies.
client in her apartment,
A high end
believed by law enforcement
prostitute
to be
hotel.
the male on CCTV here wearing sunglasses, a grey t-shirt and shorts, who'd been in contact with her via a burner phone. Upon leaving, the suspect doesn't appear worried or rushed, instead casually walking out of the lobby with his hands in his pockets, as though not a care in the world. When he hadn't heard from her in over 2 hours, Shelby's pimp/boyfriend let himself into her apartment to find her face down in a huge pool of blood.
kind of pimp are
The
you,
throat
man?
savagely
You're supposed to be
cut,
nearby,
with her body
ready to
covered in defensive
jump on a
wounds.
John if you need to.
Yeah.
Initially a prime
Can't be
suspect,
Damaging
messing
the
up-
was
exactly,
interviewed by
damaging
police
the merch,
several
man.
Yeah.
times, yet was ultimately not deemed the killer after his alibi was validated. Despite this footage, now 9 years on, nobody has been convicted for Shelby's murder. And the case tragically remains cold.
His niece or
Disturbingly,
somebody
the
will
FBI believes that the suspect
23 and
is
me their
most likely a
DNA,
serial
and bam,
killer.
it'll link
Yeah,
it.
they'll
Has-
catch him.
and
Yeah,
most likely
that's how they're gonna get
will
him.
kill again.
By like 20
His
years.
calm and
Putting
collected
people putting their
demeanor
DNA in a freaking database.
databases.
Insane.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny when you try to talk to anybody about that, because they'll be like, well, you know, what? Because I'm like against that. Like, no, I'm not going to give you my DNA. But then they'd be like, well, why are you planning on committing crimes? I'm like, no, but laws always change.
Yep.
And something that's not illegal now might be illegal 10 years from now. And because your whole family tree is now in a database, they'll bust you on it. Like,
Yep.
it sounds stupid, but that's the way I
That's
see it.
what do they call it? What's that movie called? There's a movie where with Tom Cruise where they basically get you for future crimes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Forget what it's called. Yeah, they get you for future crimes. That's jacked up because it's like, at what point is your DNA not yours, not your property, your private property?
Well, they're
It's
going
like when you give it over to that company to do that, it's implied consent. You implied your consent whenever you participated.
yeah, whenever you turn
It's
it
like,
over.
what?
And
I
they
didn't
work
sign nothing nowhere.
and they work with law enforcement.
Yeah, that's the jacked up part. Is that they find it and snitch you out.
What was I going to say?
Not that those people didn't deserve to be caught.
Yeah, no.
It's that I believe more in due process than whatever means necessary to catch somebody. I believe in due process more.
No, I agree. That's why I said, and it's funny when, like you said, you tell people that are like, "Oh, I'm thinking about doing it." I'm like, "Hell no, I'm not gonna do it."
Nope.
was
No,
like,
they have
just for
all
that
your
reason.
biometric data. I'm pretty sure those are spoof companies. They're not
Oh.
real. They're
Mm.
government ran companies.
So I don't know if they're real or not. Or this video that I watched was real, but somebody apparently
Hmm.
did it with their lizard. They took a bearded dragon and they wiped it down and sent it in there, and apparently they got results back of all the different genetic types he was. Apparently, what race he was.
That's hilarious.
I don't know if it's real. That's just what I saw.
Oh, what I'm saying is like they're psyop companies.
Yeah.
They're government ran
Companies.
CIA companies or something.
No, they could be. They
And
very
they're
well could be.
collecting all your biometric
Mhm.
data. And like he was just saying, soon enough they're gonna be bargaining it against you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For crimes, like I said, it may not
Uh-huh.
be illegal now, but
Oh, you don't-
laws change.
You don't like the politics of the crown currently?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got all your biometric data, so we're gonna freeze all your bank accounts.
Well, it's
Boom.
kinda, it's so. I
You're
mean, it's so crazy because it's all like stuff like that's pretty much
So you
already,
get in the pocket.
already happening. I was like, us having a conversation with somebody I work with about this because I thought that when the whole first with Alex Jones, whenever they froze and locked him out of all of his accounts, but then when Kanye did it,
Mhm.
and then Chase Bank locked him and took all took his
Billions
money.
of dollars, yeah.
I was like, that's freaking crazy, and people are like okay with that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
It's like
so wild.
why would you be okay with that? Of course, it's because he said some stupid shit, but yeah,
So?
you're not supposed to be punished for that.
Yeah,
like-
you were not the government.
We have laws and stuff protecting you from that.
Yes.
And then I see more like, and it's like I was telling them, I'm like, it's all fun and games while it's Kanye, the billionaire, but it's not going to be fun and games when it's you because you said something on social media that they didn't like. So the next thing you know, you're getting locked out of your account. You know, you can't pay your rent, you can't eat, you can't do nothing. And then if they ever phase out cash money, which they've talked about doing, that makes it even worse because then now all of your money has to go to these banks.
Mm-hmm.
and you don't get a choice anymore.
Nope.
Because you can't just
And they
take all your
control
money
everything.
out. Yes.
Control it all. You get out of pocket. Okay. Now you're broke.
Yeah.
Okay. You're homeless.
Which China did the same thing, a social credit score. You know what I mean? Which that's pretty much
Social
what
credit
they're-
score on top of centralized crypto.
Yeah.
Centralized crypto that the government runs.
It's like,
And-
so they're gonna do
Yeah.
they're gonna do
Wild.
the same thing. They're trying to do the same thing. I was like, it's crazy watching this stuff take place and how people they don't see it because it's not happening to them. I was
Nope.
like, and the people that are advocating for it, they are like gung ho.
Despite the person that they don't like.
Yes, yes.
That's what it is.
and it's
They love it.
crazy as hell.
They eat it up.
And it's like, yeah, that's all fun until it's you.
Yep. Until they're the ones eating the shit.
Because what'll happen is yeah, right now it's somebody you don't like and you don't agree with. But then when they no longer get a say,
When
no
those
longer
people
get
are
a
all
say.
gone
Yeah.
because you've canceled them all, they come
Yes.
for you.
They go for you next. Like it's
It's a slippery slope.
no, it
Well,
is. I was like, dude, it's like, yeah, anybody who's been on the wrong side of history thought they were on the right side of history for
Yeah.
a certain point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who thinks that they were going to be the special one to stand up and fight against the curve, yeah, no, you won't, because you're not doing it now.
Nope. Cowards.
You're not doing it now. In fact, you're on more times than not. They are on the other side of the fence, trying to scream at the other people that they're wrong. They're wrong.
You can't reason with psychopaths, man. You can't
Nah,
reason with people who have no self-awareness.
Yeah, no, you can't. And even if that, there should be at least a point in the middle where you can sit down and have civil discussions.
There was a time when
When you can talk to each other about viewpoints, and even if you believe and you still don't feel any differently, but hey, at least there was a discussion happening. That doesn't happen anymore.
Nope.
I had hopped off social media for a long time because of that reason.
Yeah,
man. I was
yeah.
watching a lot of people that I knew and a lot of friends
Oh,
getting into it over dumb crap.
It's not that big a deal, dude.
No,
Like- Oh, you
Like-
have a difference of opinion on something trivial like that,
yeah,
like politics or religion or anything like that. I don't care, man. Like that's between you and your maker. Like,
nah,
yeah, I might disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I think your thought process is stupid, but you're more than welcome to do the same to me. Like,
but like, and
and then may the better idea win.
I'd still prefer you like fucking be like, okay, well now that that's out of the way, like, are we good now?
Right,
Fucking,
yeah.
Can we still go drink, have a beer or something?
No, now that that's out of the way,
You know?
it's like it never happened.
Yeah.
Because it's not that big a deal, dude. Like,
No, that's why I was like, no, I totally agree that DNA thing is definitely a psyop, or at least at the very least, it's them working
yeah, in conjunction.
in conjunction, just like cell phone companies work in conjunction, and
Yeah.
they were starting to do it with social media, and then Elon blew the blew the lid off that one.
Yeah.
Which means it's still happening with other
He's a modern
social
hero.
medias.
He's a hero, man. A modern hero. This is gonna be big in the history books. If
Might be.
things do go south, because and we survive it,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be huge, because his name is gonna be all over the place.
Yeah.
Not just because of that one funny political move he did with Twitter,
Yeah.
but all the other crazy crap he's been doing, you know. And then the dude ends up in office, appointed a spot in as a public official too.
Yeah, and people are freaking out about that as well.
I love it.
I was like, they're
So-
freaking out about that.
He got a piece of everything.
I was like, what's there to freak out about? Somebody who would rather you be able to say what you want, even the bad people that you don't agree with. Like, that's how it should be.
He's
Like,
a reasonable man,
it's like,
and I mean that like literally. He's a smart, reasonable man. Like,
it's like they're upset about that, but then they're driving his cars to save the
Yeah, yeah.
save the planet.
idiots.
Irony, man.
No self-awareness, dude.
Irony with their
They don't
slave
think.
labor cell phones.
Made with rare earth minerals and heavy metals.
Yeah, farmed by slave children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't trust any of that shit though. Like I don't. Not only that, in the age of all information is sold.
Yeah, it doesn't belong to you.
As soon as you put it out there, it's not yours anymore.
No.
So I think your DNA should just stay your DNA. Like, I feel like that's one of the last things we had.
My problem is that even when you're not using these products, like cell phones, they're still listening to you.
Yeah, no. It was funny because that was a big...
That's a breach of privacy on its own.
I remember
I get it when they're like, well, it's implied consent. When you're using the phone, we can use all that data and sell it to whoever we want to because it's not yours anymore.
Yeah.
But when you're listening to me when I'm not using the phone, where's that line drawn?
Dude, I remember that was a huge conspiracy. And I remember I was
listening. It's
I was
because
trying
the
to...
keywords that you use and other stuff. No, they're straight listening.
No,
They listen to you
and
then they try to sell you shit.
I tried telling people that, and at first, when the first couple times it happens, you could be like, sure, coincidence, okay, yeah.
It happens all the time. It still happens.
But when it becomes a thing and then it's out in the open, it's like, yeah, okay. No, they straight up do.
There's times that me and him will be hanging out and not even on the computer or anything or on any of our phones or anything like that. And I'll go home and we've been talking about a video or something that he saw.
It pops up.
And it comes into my feed.
Yeah.
I open my phone when I get home and it's one of the first videos in my feed. And I'm like, you're telling me this doesn't listen.
Stuff he's never watched before.
Nope.
Like, and I know that's happened because we would send messages, be like, "Look at this shit," you know, something you've never.
I get home
up.
and be like, "Bro, check it out. They just gave me this suggestion."
Yeah,
or they're trying to sell me this now. Nah.
Very first video on YouTube. Yeah,
there was one time we were talking about cocaine for some weird reason, and then I opened up Facebook and they were suggesting me from Temu or Wish or something like that little old files of cocaine.
Oh, the little glass jars. Yeah.
And then I'm like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah. Oh, you guys mess with that? Oh, here.
Yeah.
We got
and
you
I'm
there
like,
too, buddy.
I wasn't looking up cocaine, so you can't tell me. You can't tell me I was search barring cocaine in Google, and then it just so happened to be a coincidence that we had the conversation. And when I opened Facebook, it's there.
Right there.
No.
I was like,
it was listening to me. It's always listening to you.
Well, I'm surprised it wasn't like the little vacuum cleaner, like snooter.
No, those things are there too.
Like
they had like crack pipes, all that kind of thing.
Well, they used to do that. They would do that too, but it was always for the solvent cleaners.
Right, solvent traps. Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to get those things, and I would just exit out of them and be like, "Nope,
yeah,
not this time, not this time,
Yep.
nope." Because that's before they made you register those things or anything, so you could still buy them legally.
Yeah,
And
the solvent traps. Yeah, even though they're designed to use, they're exactly what they say they are. They're solvent traps. So like whenever you're cleaning your pews, the oil goes down into them and not all over your floor or whatever. So you don't have to set a towel down when you're spraying your barrel or anything like that.
Well, they'd always have them on cars. Like they'd always.
You can use that too if like you're flushing or something.
But yeah, it'd be the perfect thread pitch for your AR.
Yeah, so they're selling it as solvent traps, but really the market is suppressors.
Yeah, I would just see that and I'm like,
yeah, not
no,
today,
not
Satan.
today.
Not
You ain't
today,
getting me. It's tempting. It's
Yep.
very tempting, but no.
You're not gonna David Koresh me,
exactly. Dude, I seen a video earlier where the ATF showed up at some dude's doorstep wanting his
FRTs or something.
FRTs, yeah.
AFT, want your FRTs.
You want your fart
Want your
trigger.
TRFs. Yep.
Yeah.
Here we
I
are.
own the company Moonlight
Yeah.
Industries.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So we make like low visibility.
Still got a warrant.
We specialize.
That's
in,
what I would have
That's all I
said.
speak.
Right now we have a
Mhm.
company with City
I
Six
don't know
Act, so
English.
We make their
Still got a warrant.
like low visibility
That's all I know.
V7 rigs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, were you expecting us?
Well, what didn't surprise me when I saw a guy in a plate carrier showing up. So
Well,
got the
we're
Ultima
obviously-
OTBs on. So.
Yeah, no. So the reason why we're here is because I don't know. I'm sure you're aware that just recently the ATF classified the FRTs, the force
Sure.
reset triggers, as
Machine guns.
So
They're not.
No, and it's
They
already
are
been
legal.
ruled on it that they're not.
Eat a dick.
Yep.
Now imagine if this guy had complied.
we are aware that you may
I hope he
purchase
doesn't.
Some of
No,
these
he don't.
FRTs.
Good.
Okay.
So now we are having like the whole agency has to.
They try to seize them all. They
basically
seized the
reaching out to
company.
these
They seized all the
That's
companies'
incredible.
production of them. They seized other companies that had bought a bunch and were selling them.
You know,
Yeah,
Okay.
they ruined a lot of lives over this.
So
They
I
shut
won't be
that company
answering any
down.
questions.
Now imagine them having to eat crow when these people have to go and be like, Yeah, get him back, bitch.
And they probably never get them back.
Yeah,
They'll probably
I
never be
will.
compensated for it either, even though they're supposed to constitutionally.
It's like unless their house mysteriously burns down,
Questions today?
allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't have any
I don't know
comments
how.
on this subject.
I don't know how all those children got in there.
Not giving you anything.
A lot of canines in there too. I don't know where they came
I'm not
from,
refusing anything. I
and
won't
they
be
just
answering
spontaneously
any questions.
combusted.
Okay.
Maybe they left the stove on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you are aware that you did purchase.
She's hot though.
FRTs. Again,
I holla at it.
You wouldn't be in trouble if you just give those up to us, or
Okay.
if you sold them, you can tell me you sold them.
Sure.
You know,
Okay.
and again, you're not going to be in trouble for that.
I understand.
So we're just here.
I ain't telling you
honestly,
shit.
Like just to pick them up.
Sure. Sure.
The moment
EFT.
the moment he would have said, "Yeah, I sold them," they'd have been like, "Well, who did you sell them to?"
Yeah, they go down a rabbit hole, and then now they got you on camera saying that you were selling machine guns.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no.
See what
It's
they
a
do?
It's a bigger conversation than what you're having right now.
That's right.
You know, you
Good eye, pal.
decide as you go the rules, right?
That's right. Arbitrary.
Yep.
Again,
It's not
that's
law.
Not something I decided.
It's not. I know. Your guys are just here. You guys are just here.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at
I
all.
understand.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's why you
work
have
for
the
the fucking
job.
ATF,
Well, it's-
retard.
Why you have the
Problem is
job?
you are
Wait.
the people who go and knock on the doors, right?
That makes me angry
So
what
when
you
they
just
make
said,
new
dude.
laws and you break them,
Quit.
or you go against the citizens because they've spoken what they buy and what they do. The citizens are speaking, but the government is making their decisions on what they think. They're not being servants to the citizens, right?
That's right.
And all we're saying is, you know, like
That guy just.
Yeah. He,
we, like you said, you know, we just hear we are the ones that just.
She's trying to play
and
social
knock
worker
on the
now.
door
Yeah, she is,
so-
yeah.
make the laws. So
Sure, I
you know,
understand.
I hear what you're saying.
No, you don't.
Like
No,
I
you
said,
don't.
you're not in trouble.
If you knew what
No,
we
I
were saying, you would
understand
quit.
you know,
Yep.
No,
Quit.
I didn't do anything wrong. Exactly. That's
So-
yeah. I love good law-abiding cops who are good people, who are doing what they do. And I understand you have families to feed. You're just doing what you're told. So
Bullshit.
You don't get fired from your
Yeah.
job. But
I don't give a shit.
There is a
If you're about it,
problem
you'll
that
make your
exists, and at some
sacrifices,
point
just
you
like
have
our
to make a
founding and
decision on
forefathers
which
did.
side of the team you're on. So I won't be answering any questions. If I'm not being detained, I'm not under arrest. I'll just be leaving now. I won't be able to help you with what you're trying to find.
So
Fair enough.
And just to be clear, so then now you
Very
know
respectful.
that if you were to be in possession of these FRTs, then you would be basically breaking the law.
The ATF claims that they're making rules, but there's been no vote. There's been no
No law.
congressional
That's
hearing
right.
that says you have the law. You don't make law, right?
I don't.
Yeah, the ATF doesn't.
The
make
ATF
law.
Yeah,
doesn't
you
make
don't.
law. You
No.
don't.
But it's,
I don't want. Listen, right now I seem like a huge dick. Like I'm like fuck you guys, but I really don't feel that way at all. I just can't, in good faith, when I make the gear for every high-end special operations unit in America right now. That's all I do. That's all I do is support these freedom fighters. A lot of law enforcement SWAT guys. I can't take part in an overstep past the line that says this is or is not legal. Just because you have a badge, you can still do crimes, right?
right.
So if the American people feel like, the ATF is committing crimes right now, I can't help you. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Fair enough.
Well, I appreciate your time.
I like the way that
thank
he
you.
said that.
Yep.
He talked a little bit too much, but hey, he knew what he was doing. He's not a dummy.
No. I just been like, nope, ain't
Yeah.
saying nothing. Been like, you guys
Very
have a nice
respectful.
day.
I can't, in good conscience, help you guys.
Been like,
I've just been like, I only speak warrant. You have warrant, we no talk. Even if they did have warrant, I still no talk.
been like you see this? You can sit and spin on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Been like, I have a guy who will talk to you.
You know what? I know a guy on the corner of get a warrant and fuck off.
Been like, yep.
You know, he was just talking about those the other day. You know, here, give him a call. I got his card right here.
And you know that if this guy's making gear for them, you know he's got a good attorney.
Yeah, you better. You
Yeah.
fucking better, because
I
now
would.
they're gonna be gunning for him now.
Oh, I would. I'd
And they're gonna tear his shit up. They're gonna shoot his dog, slap his grandma to go in there and go in there to see if he has FRTs.
Like I said, burn his house down.
Even though he's a trainer, he probably has licenses to have full autos.
Yeah.
But the FRTs, they just don't like FRTs. Even though he's licensed to have machine guns, the FRTs have to be registered themselves, and that's why
Yeah.
they're there for him. So even though he probably, since he's training all these tier 1 operators and building stuff for them, he definitely probably has an FFL and dealer's licenses to have machine guns.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
You just can't have FRTs
Yeah.
because they don't like them.
Yeah, and it's so funny because like, yeah, they ended up just nope, get out of here. They're pretty much legal according to their ruling.
Yeah.
It is one trigger push
One
per round.
manipulation, yeah. One manipulation of the trigger. They tried to reword the legalese in the law to weasel it by, and I'm pretty sure that they threw it out. They were like, no.
It's one of those
Same with
things.
the braces too, because they went for braces too,
Yeah.
because that's a machine gun as well. That they class it the same way. If you see it in Congress, the way that they were talking about it, they're like, "Does this make your gun shoot faster?" It's a freaking brace for people with palsy, man. For people who are handicapped.
Yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with how the gun functions. Like,
No.
it's just to be more comfortable for a shooter and more accurate.
And really, they're just mad because they're not getting their stamp.
Right. Even though it's dumb, because the whole point of the stamp and the 20s or whatever time it was when that first ban happened was to make it cost prohibitive, because you can't ban it outright because that's unconstitutional.
Yeah.
So the next best thing was to make it so cost prohibitive that nobody could get them. And they did that with everything that is under the NFA. Suppressors, stocks on SBRs, SBSs, shotguns, destructive devices, anything that falls within the NFA.
Yeah, they
You have to have a tax stamp for. And now it's only $200.
Yeah.
Back then, 200 was a slew of money.
Yeah.
You can't own it.
It's ridiculous though, man. I was like, so I had a feeling when Luigi Mangina or Mangione got picked up, and I knew once I seen that he had did it with a suppressor, I'm like, oh great.
Here we go.
Here we
yeah.
go. I was like, now suppressors are finally getting popular. People
Yeah.
are starting to buy them. Like,
And what do you know?
he shows up with a suppressor.
There happens to be a shooter that they probably knew about. They
Yeah.
probably knew about and let it happen, though.
Not to mention, he apparently it was 3D printed. I was like,
It was a ghost gun.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Here we go. Because the frame was a ghost gun.
It's got all the hallmarks.
It does.
Of the setup.
And it does. Not to say
3D printed.
Not to say it
and
is.
suppressed.
Let's make that clear. Not to say that it is, but if you've been in this, if you've watched this go down as long as me and him have, every time something like this pops off, there's always there's always something down the pipes that ends up coming out. So the Vegas shooting,
Yeah.
what happened right after that?
Band
all-
braces and
bump stocks.
Bump stocks, yep.
And once I seen him coming out, and I'm not saying there's a conspiracy here, but it's just strange. Like, there's some of them.
All the ghost gun hubbub that's been going on the last 4 years.
And the
in
suppressor,
the Biden
and
administration.
now the suppressors are getting popping because of, I would say, a lot of gun tubers.
Yeah.
I'll have that. Now people realize, oh, it's a little easier to get your hands on them than we thought. The prices are coming down. We were just
Yeah.
talking about that.
It did get a little bit
couple weeks
easier
ago.
because they allowed electronic submissions.
Yeah.
Before, you had to put it in a manila envelope, send it off, wait
Yeah.
a year.
And a lot of these companies will actually help you do it now.
Yeah, now they have kiosks at the place where you can apply for it and get it back in 4 months.
So I was like, great,
Half the
here we
price,
go.
half the time.
Now suppressors are going to be the new
Yep.
scary thing.
Ghost guns and suppressors. So now they're going to try to ban suppressors outright again, and they're also going to go for 3D,
3D
printing.
printers.
Any
Yes.
kind of open source coding for any kind of weapons building or anything like that, or parts or accessories, gone.
Yeah.
Even though it's already been ruled that it's legal.
Yeah. Which that'll delve into the whole manufacturer thing, which you're allowed to do. They're basically trying to pull the rug out from that, where you can't manufacture your own firearms
Because
anymore.
the end goal is to register it all.
Yes.
And to take it.
Yes.
Because the only way you can enforce not being able to do that is to have a registry to go along with it.
Yep.
Because how would you know if it was manufactured by a tip-top company or by some criminal in his house who just made a fake serial number? You know?
That he got off of a Yeah,
He would never know unless there was a registry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what that's what I feel like this is all about. I feel like he's a fall guy.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why of all the guns in the world, it has to be a 3D printed gun with a 3D printed suppressor.
I didn't know it was.
Yeah.
They just kept calling it a ghost gun, so I figured it was like a P80 or something.
Nah, it was 3D printed. It was a 3D printed Glock lower with
with
the 3D printed suppressor that he
So
attached.
pretty much a
That's-
P80,
Yeah,
just 3D printed lower.
yeah. He just that's why I kept having malfunctions.
Yeah, I was like, those things are pieces of crap right now. They're not that good.
Well, and mostly because it doesn't have the little attachment that goes on the back of it to make the slide function properly.
The attachment, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like I was watching the whole thing. Brandon Herrera was talking about it, but yeah, it's got like a little spring in it, and it's what makes the gas, or it makes the slide function. His didn't have that. That's why he was having to re-rack the thing.
recoil spring?
No, it's not the recoil.
Then the firing pin spring
No, it like attaches to the barrel.
to the barrel.
Yeah, it was for the suppressor to attach to it.
Oh, the suppressor. Okay.
Yeah. It's for
Yeah,
it's for the suppressor, but that's what makes
suppressors notoriously you got to tune your gun for it.
Yeah.
Because especially with the pistol, you got to put lighter springs in it and stuff like that so it'll properly work.
But yeah, no. So he didn't have the attachment that it needed. And that's
He didn't
why
have it set up good.
No, that's why he was having to cycle
Rack it every time because it was short stroking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know, man. It's fishy. I was like, either. I mean, even if it wasn't some grand conspiracy, it's like these guys just nail it every time on.
Yeah, it's
on
always something
perfect that they don't want. They
all
don't
the
want
hallmarks
public
of what
having.
they're trying to push, and it just so happens to happen right in the middle of them deciding on some things.
Yep.
It makes you wonder if they're not still doing like MK Ultra
Yeah,
and
could
stuff
be.
like that, and then they have fall guys like him.
Yeah.
Which he had everything going for him. Ivy League student, sports, all that stuff. Never doesn't have a criminal record.
No, from my understanding, his parents were well-to-do.
Yeah, and then I'm like, yeah, he went to college, got indoctrinated. He's 100% a lefty.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Lefties hate private insurance.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. And then everybody's out here making this man out to be a hero. I'm like, why?
Insurance companies are scams. They suck too. They should be dissolved.
They do, but at the same time,
they're not the first people I would think
No,
to
like
do anything violent towards.
No, you still killed a man and took that man
Yeah,
away
that's
from
right.
his family.
Yep.
Like, I don't think that's anything to be glorified.
Yeah.
Even if he did kill a billionaire, I'm like, so what happens if you become the billionaire? I was like, we live in an entire system that devours the weak. Like every
It's always been like that, even without systems.
The job that you work, the job we all work, if you're working, you are the lower man. Unless you're the business owner, you are the man at the bottom of the totem pole, getting the shit into the stick. You're being used. Your time and labor is being stole for money. Like, so you can
traded,
so you can adhere to a system that you got set in. Everything in our country is built that way. Insurance is no different.
Insurance is a full blown scam, though.
No, 100%. But
you don't need it. It's bureaucratic. It in cahoots with the government.
I'm just saying that like our entire society is built on that.
It's leaning towards that way.
You
And
know.
the funny part was minds like his that created this.
Yeah.
The finagling with the government and stuff like that, when it shouldn't have been like that, where insurance companies wouldn't have popped up in the first place.
Yeah.
You wouldn't need them because there'd be doctors everywhere that were competing and drive the cost of medical care down.
Instead, you
got idiots that pay for it.
Yep. Well,
And of course, they don't want to pay out like that.
it doesn't.
And then you end up
help,
with problems like that because they don't want to pay out that bill.
Well, it doesn't help that Big Pharma is the one that runs all that. You know what I mean? They're the ones that.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts on that.
Yeah, but they're kind of the ones that are, and they incentivize the doctors. You know what I mean? With large paychecks. to push.
Kingpins, drug kingpins.
Yeah, essentially, and it all works in one. You know, everybody gets a cut.
Yeah,
Off
whoever like invents and sells the things. And the funny part is they'll even tell you, we don't sell them to you. We sell them to insurance companies.
Yeah.
The insurance companies are the consumers of this.
Yep.
And you pay for the insurance. That's the problem. If we could take that out, you don't need them. You don't need the middlemen of the insurance companies. You wouldn't pay that crazy price. So it would make them start charging a fair rate, a competitive rate.
What I think is funny though is
But instead they lead harder into it, and then they end up with problems like that, and then want to kill the guy. And it's like, you're just as complicit in this. Like,
it's kind of crazy too, because I'm like, dude, of all the companies, I was like, bro, if you look at the history of any billion-dollar corporation, they all got blood on their hands some way, shape, or form. They've all done some really, really foul shit. I was like, most wars that we've been involved in,
yeah, you got to get that money from somewhere.
they were making and if not, they were making money on both sides of the field. I was like, why don't you go after Henry Ford, man? He was building all the Nazi tanks. And then sued the American government for it. And won.
Yeah.
I was like, so dude, when you look at the history of almost every billion-dollar corporation, it's all seedy. It's all stained in blood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like
That's the way it's always been.
I don't feel like that's any different than the CEO of this insurance company. I was like,
Right.
I don't know, man.
My problem is when the government's involved.
Yeah.
When it's out in the open and actual free trade, when the government isn't involved, well, it's still free trade. No, it's not.
No.
If the government is still involved and is giving you grants and incentivizing you to cheat, then it's not free trade.
No.
That's always been what the problem has come out of, is when the government gets involved.
And they get involved on everything.
They try to do it with Obamacare, and they've been doing it before that.
Which I was.
But Obamacare was just to put it on paper.
Yeah, that's when that shit was nuts, to try to force everybody into health insurance. And the funny thing was, like, they tried to force you into the scam, and most people were like, well, it's still cheaper at the end of the year for me not to have health insurance and just take the punishment. They were literally
take the
punishing
penalty.
punishing you for not
Tax you more.
not buying into it.
Right. And the backdoor deal was with these insurance companies is that you're all going to pull together and you're going to give people cheap insurance. Well, we don't want to give people cheap insurance. Here, it gets better. We give you more customers.
Right.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
So we give you more customers by forcing people. That's the only way you can do that.
Yeah.
That was the deal, and it was a jacked up deal, and that's what they've been doing this whole time, is doing weird deals like that with insurance companies, and I don't like that crap.
No.
And then they complain about it. Oh, the government's in the doctor's office, and it's like, you put them there.
Yeah. Well,
you let them go there.
that was the irony.
And that's why these problems are here. And then you blame. You say that you need more government to fix the problem, and that's what trips me out.
That's the whole irony of it, right? Is we don't want the government to tell us to do, to tell us what we can and can't do with our bodies when it comes to killing something.
Yeah.
I was like, but oh boy, when it came to that jab,
And universal health care, and this
then
and that.
it's okay.
Then it's fine.
Yeah, when it's telling you that
When it's okay.
if you don't forcefully get this jab, you can't work or do anything.
Persecute
then,
people you don't agree with.
Then it was okay.
Yeah.
Like
That's
then
fine.
That was fine. Yeah, I was like, nope, that was insane.
Imprison political
That is-
enemies.
Bro,
That's fine.
That is communism in a nutshell, people.
That's
Like,
what they want, and they don't even realize that that's what
what
they're
they're
doing.
fighting for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what they're
it's-
doing.
It's nuts.
You try to tell them, they're like, "No, you're just racist."
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, well, how'd that get in the picture? You're like, where'd that come from?
No,
Like, we were
we're-
doing fine. Nobody even talked about that until like the last 10 years.
I know we were laughing about that the other day because they were talking about it came out a long time ago, but they were talking about math being racist.
Oh yeah,
So they
yeah.
were trying to say that 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4 because it's racist, and I'm like, how is that racist? Oh well, it's racist because a lot of poor people
They don't know math. They don't know how to
understand
count.
math. I was like, yeah, but like algebra was created by an Arab dude, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a lot of math
Was
was Middle Eastern.
Yeah, I think algebra was came from the Middle East. So I was like, it wasn't even a white man's construct, y'all. Like, that's,
No.
you guys are out of your damn mind. But no, it's crazy to see, man. It's crazy to see how many people like they don't catch it. You know what I mean? Like they don't catch the hypocrisy, and then they wonder why people get forced to the other side. It's like, I don't think anybody wants to be forced to either side. It's just when one group of people doesn't leave you any any room.
They're making the choice for you.
They're making
what's,
what's
happening.
What I'm saying. Yeah, they leave
Like,
you
I haven't moved at all.
no wiggle room.
You just got further away, man.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
what happened.
And so it pushes people leaning towards one direction or the other, you know. And it's basically turned into this thing where you can't be in the middle. You can't be a
No.
fence sitter.
No.
You can't be like, oh, I like something on this side and I like something on this side,
No.
because then you're an evil person, you know.
Mhm.
The discussion has been completely wiped off the
Yep.
table. You're either team this or team that.
My thing with the fence sitting is that you can't seat any ground anymore because when you do, they take it all. Like,
Yeah.
so
no,
you
it's-
you gotta be you gotta stand on business.
yeah.
You gotta stand on some principle. And where I would have had wiggle room before, I'm like, no, I'm certain of it now, just to spite them. You know, like
That's what it turns
know,
into, though.
just a
Yeah,
troll, you know,
that's
like-
what it turns into. Yeah,
And
just
it's like,
to-
before they make that choice for me, at least let me have some fun with it
Yeah,
before I
no,
get
for
put to the
real.
wall. Yeah.
for real though.
Yeah,
it's
so it's a weird world, man.
no, it is. It's stupid.
You just get psyoped
And
at every angle.
It really is a
psyoped
giant
and then
psyop because
and forced into a bunch of stupid crap we don't need.
no, well, and it just dude takes the humanity out of everything.
Oh yeah, that's already gone.
And creates a whole lot of irrational people that, like I said, they
delusional.
don't want to sit down and talk about nothing. And then
they don't know how to.
No, I was about to say, and then you have
They're
to
too
go,
dumb, or they just don't have social skills. It's usually both.
And then it really is. It really is.
They're not
both.
smart enough. They don't have the IQ for it.
No.
And then when you try to gently tell them that, like, when I say ignorant, ignorant, I mean that in the literal sense of the term. Like,
Yeah.
you just don't know.
Yeah, no, it's
You just don't know, and that doesn't. I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm trying to tell you, like, you need to know before you can sit at this table, but they still want to sit at the table. They still want to act like they have skin in the game until it's time to fork over that pound of flesh, baby.
I'll tell you, one of the biggest things that I've been seeing lately, and I think it's hilarious, is all these people are getting out and posting. They're like, well, what has Donald Trump done for you since he's been in office? I'm
they're
like, dude, he's
not even there
he's
yet.
not even in office, y'all. Calm
Yeah,
down.
I seen something like that.
I was like, that just
They're
goes
like,
to show
this
you,
wouldn't
though,
have happened on Kamala's watch. And they're like, she's still in office, man.
dude. Yeah, like nothing. Like it's just crazy because that just goes to show you, man. Like these people,
Yeah.
like these kind of people want to scream the loudest. Like if it's the Kamala people or the Trump people, they want to scream, and it's just like, dude, like, yeah, it's too much. I was like they're not even willing to do that much of a Google search to find out that, oh wait, he's not in office yet, before they get on Twitter or they get on whatever and be like, see, what has he done? He hasn't done shit because he's not in office yet, man. Calm down. Like, calm down. Or like,
I hope he comes in with a bang, though. I hope he
Yeah.
comes in with a bang. Or maybe he's gonna try and take the ivory tower route,
yeah,
where he doesn't, retaliate or anything.
we'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting, but I don't
It's
know.
wild what they try to do to him. They try to kill him 3 times, or however many times.
3, as far as I know.
Yeah, try to kill him a bunch of times.
Tried to throw him in
Try to
prison.
put him in prison, like 50 times.
Yeah, a bunch.
Tried to call him a Russian asset and a
Yeah.
Russian spy. That didn't work. They tried to grill him for sexual assault. That's always the first one. They
Yeah.
try to hit you with the sexual stuff because it doesn't require a lot of
Evidence. Yeah.
They can usually get you on hearsay. That didn't work.
No.
So they went with the Russian thing, the Russian dossier. That didn't work. They're like, screw it, just kill the dude. They can't even do that.
No.
They sent dude with a shitty Yugo SKS
With a
bubbled out.
with a taped on scope.
Yeah, with a tape scope. Come on. Oh,
And the guy with an AR-15 couldn't even fucking.
yeah, I
couldn't
got
hit
too
him
nervous.
Couldn't hit him from like
Had
10 yards
performance
away.
anxiety. Yeah, and fucking missed. Like, golly, dude.
Oh man.
Y'all should just sit this one out. You don't
Yeah.
deserve the throne.
Yeah.
You don't deserve to lead anything right now.
No.
Can't do nothing right. So
Shit.
back off and let the adults work now.
Dude, that's so fucking funny. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, man, it's been crazy to watch all this bullshit.
It's unreal. It's unreal. Oh, we got some spooky cobra.
Well, I see this video and
Scary as hell looking.
I was like, yeah, well, that's gonna be part of it. Dude, like I don't know. He sends gifts. He was sending gifts to Ozzy, like Ozzy's ever gonna receive them, and I was like,
wait, his dragon?
No. He sent him some stuff.
I thought his pet dragon.
I'll give you a guess though. What do you think?
Oh, Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, yeah. What do you think he gave him as a Christmas gift?
A bat.
No.
Oh,
yeah, it's
that'd be
something he loves, and he's always talking about
Mountain
it.
Dew.
No,
alcohol.
not alcohol. No,
I don't know.
tactical soap.
Tactical soap.
So I got Ozzy Osbourne's gift.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
even
mail.
better.
I mailed it off yesterday. It should be at his P.O. box.
Look at the grease, dude. The grease in his hairs.
Yeah.
His 5 hairs.
Couple of
Yeah.
days. I
Oh, my God.
included.
Well,
that
he
bell
stepped
you
up to
saw
full
me on
cigarettes,
box.
so
I bought that
I'm
happy for him.
Ozzy
He's doing
Osbourne
well.
on his birthday on the
that's how you know
3rd.
Cobes is doing well if he's got
So
full
that'll be in
cigs
the
Yeah.
package.
and he's not smoking
As
butts.
well as some tactical soap. Now, hopes that it'll spice up marriages. Yeah. I included a little bit of tactical soap to spice up Ozzy's and Sharon's marriage and spread the love, hopefully spice up Jack and Osbourne and his wife's marriage and Kelly and her husband's marriage. And if they don't like the soap, they don't have to wear it, but it's a nice gesture. I even included some God of War pheromone beard oil for Jack because he's got a sweet beard. Yeah, I can see Jack.
Where does he
getting
get that
in
shit?
trouble wearing that.
They just send it to him, or
Tactical
is he
soap.
sponsored?
I think he was sponsored at one point, and then he lost his sponsorship because anytime anybody tried to use this code, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
I should have, but I don't know. I didn't know what to say, so I didn't bother including a note.
I'm like, he ain't buying it. He ain't.
The note would
No,
have
he
said
buys it now.
basically,
Oh, does he?
happy
Like
holidays,
250
happy
bucks.
birthday, Ozzy, wishing you and your
Damn.
family a long and healthy and prosperous and wealthy life. And can't wait to see you get back out.
You can almost smell his scalp.
Can't wait to get back
Oh,
out.
yeah. He leans forward. You're all to the screen.
Just back up a little bit. Yeah, bro.
yeah, that's what I'm smelling. Smells like nicotine.
Nicotine and
It's a nice
Tactical
gesture.
soap.
I hope he likes it.
I'd say
Plus,
that
sweetheart.
that's the I was like it's kind of this thing though because he seriously believes that they're actually gonna
That thumbnail, bro. Of his teeth.
well dude
They come up with the craziest thumbnails, bro.
there's one of the videos he did they think one of his teeth fell out.
Oh.
Like he's all eating something, you just hear something hard go tink, and so they don't know if it's bacon from the sandwich
Or his tooth.
or his tooth. Yeah.
They're investigating whether it's his tooth or not. The fucking thumbnail, bro.
Oh, this is it right here.
It cracks me up.
That was a hard tink, bro.
Oh. Comes off the bread. Boom.
Ooh.
What the hell was that?
So you know that's not bacon, like, because people are
That's
like,
a big chunk too, though. I don't know if that's a tooth either, though.
well, so
It's
people are,
such a big chunk. I see the confusion.
yeah, but what else could it be? Because it's like a bacon sandwich, so people were like, well, maybe it's some bacon. I was like, I don't know, that's a hard tink, bro.
And it's white.
yeah,
I guess it could be a fatty piece.
let's see if we can get a pause on this.
Yeah.
Cut.
I don't know.
But if it got pulled out of his head, it could be like the bottom parts of his teeth.
I don't know, man.
Like, what else in that sandwich could make that hard of a damn chink, though? You know, like
An eggshell?
maybe I don't think that's pretty heavy. That sounds like a coin.
It does, yeah.
Like that's a pretty heavy. Yeah, he wouldn't even realize it if it fell out. But nobody could tell because nobody is.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Nobody's been able to see the top part of his gum. See if he's missing a tooth anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what people are thinking is that one of his teeth came. Let's gotta hear that one more time. Yeah, bro, I can't think of that being anything else but a tooth.
Dude, man, that's so wild. Nothing from the racks.
No, not that I know of. I haven't been able to keep up because Marty went to Rumble, so every time
everybody is.
every time I see him on there, I don't know.
Cobra's teeth are on life support.
Ha ha ha! We got Cobra eat his vegetables. Ha 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 ha! Ha ha ha! Like y'all are fucking retarded, dude.
What the fuck is he listening to in the background?
Probably his own album.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! We got Cobra eat his vegetables. Ha 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 ha! Ha ha ha! Like y'all are fucking retarded, dude.
That's one of his terrible albums,
Oh.
for sure.
But his teeth are on life support. I'm gonna watch that one.
Oh, they done pulled the plug on his teeth right now.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, you know that hurt.
I definitely gotta brush my teeth more because sometimes eating sweets.
Motherfucker, you don't brush
My
your
teeth
teeth
don't
at
hurt,
all.
but regardless.
Yeah, bro. I was like, I'm pretty sure that was a tooth though.
Yeah, that's a
I was like,
high likelihood. Bro, that
freaking-
grill, bro.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could have been.
In his head, bro.
They definitely doctored that.
Yeah. It's so good though. The ones of Cyrax too, where he's all close to the camera and his mouth's open.
Oh yeah. Dude,
It's so funny, dude.
I haven't been able to. Damn, see, that's what his teeth used to look like.
They're definitely on life support now.
Oh yeah. Bro. That's when his shit was more entertaining though, man. His older videos were definitely more entertaining. I hate him now because nobody can fuck with him.
Yeah.
Nobody's been sending him like cat food,
Yeah.
getting him to eat freaking Big Mac.
With no meat.
No meat with. He put the cat food in one of his videos. They sent him a Big Mac with no meat, and then he put cat food in the middle of it. Ate the shit out of it. Nasty fucker.
Look, there's pistol braces in your feet now.
Oh, of course. We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, well, yeah, but we talked about it. But I was like, we
Not before.
we didn't search it. No, but it could be because of that.
Oh yeah. AFT.
Yeah. Nah, I wish there was some good stuff going on with Cyrax, but I know there has been, but I haven't been able to watch any of Marty's stuff. Every time I go to Rumble, he's never got something going.
Yeah,
so.
we need somebody to archive it and put it on the tubes.
And they probably do. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check in tonight.
Yeah, the last thing I saw was the video police footage of him where I don't know if I showed it to you, but it's that cop and he's all telling him, he's like, if I catch you up here exposing yourself online, I'm gonna arrest you.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I thought I told you to quit doing that.
So you weren't, exposing yourself to people? No, that was a long time ago.
He's like, you posted that a couple days ago.
That's always his out. That was a long time ago. He's like, that was 2 days ago.
Y'all gets quiet.
Yeah.
Shit's fucking funny. Yeah. That's about it though. Yeah, I don't know what else to watch.
Nah, we're good.
All right.
Good. 1 hour, 50 minutes.